The meta model is something I've been working on for, I guess, indirectly without using that term, my entire adult life to some extent. If you guys don't know my backstory, I was locked up as a teenager just for a couple of months. It seemed like a couple of years, but when I was locked up, it was because I had beaten somebody within an inch of his life, taken his shoes so he could walk around in the snow. And I was a pretty aggressive, malicious, violent, crazy person. So just an emotional teenage boy with more anger than formula, more aggression than wisdom. And like a lot of young men in that situation, I found myself on the wrong side of the law. And I remember when I was locked up, I was having panic attacks those first couple of nights in the jail cell, because it was the first time. It's not that I was claustrophobic ever. It's not that, I had a problem with the small space of it. It was the realization that I had no choice, that all my choices were taken away from me, that I was there ultimately as a consequence of a choice that I had made. Now realizing that choice had made a whole bunch of other choices for me. And it was at that point that I realized I needed to figure out how I was answering life's problems, and punching people in the face and being, the alpha male sort of figure in an interaction was not the formula that was going to get me anywhere that I wanted to be. Literally, in the case of me making that realization while I was locked up. So my adult life has really been this process, of figuring out a better way to do things, figuring out, the difference between the short-term benefits and the long-term benefits, right? The accumulation and acquisition of value, and the investment of resources to create a much larger, more significant value down the road. A lot of these variables I had to sort of figure out and find my way through. And because of that, I've coined a lot of phrases. I've designed a lot of frameworks, and models to allow me to do that with some degree of, intent, right? And the meta model was born of that.